Hello and welcome to Diksha Karnataka YouTube channel. So your FA-1 exams are near and we are bringing you all the chapters one by one with all the important questions, fixed questions that you call it. So today I am going to discuss two chapters at one go. Current electricity and moving charges. Now moving charges, for some of the colleges they are considering only half of the chapter. Some colleges considering complete chapter. Some colleges even instead of having moving charges considering ray optics, but because 99% of the colleges are actually going with moving charges, I am going to give you all the important questions. Now based on the uh, syllabus that is covered in your college, you can skip some of the topics, some of the questions, but yes, current electricity is one of the most important chapter. From here you are expected to get one derivation as well as one numerical question. Both are going to come from this chapter, and if you are lucky, maybe two derivations might come from current electricity. If you check last year's paper, last year's Bangalore South paper, two 5-marker questions directly came from current electricity. So that is also possible. So let's start with the fixed questions. Drift velocity, mobility and relaxation time, their definitions, their expressions, their units, their dimensions, everything is important related to these three quantities. Ohm's law and limitations of Ohm's law, another super duper important question. Again, you can expect a lot of questions. This question actually comes so much in board exam, almost every alternate year. Ohm's law and limitations of Ohm's law. So basically both questions are important. Next, difference between current and current density. So even though this is a one question, but current density related questions are also very common. Units of current density, dimensions of current density, that is also you need to remember, right? Next, resistance and resistivity. So what are all the factors on which the resistance depends? What is resistivity? Units of resistivity, some concept based on how that resistivity depends on temperature. So these are the important concept from this chapter. Now 5-marker derivation. Assuming the expression for drift velocity, derive the expression for conductivity of a material. This is also a common question. Next, cells in series as well as in parallel, both are important. You have to practice both of them. And Wheatstone bridge, obviously, as usual, another super duper important question. And again, you have to practice this to master it. Okay, you cannot just go in the exam and write those 5-marker questions. You have to practice them, you have to write them, you have to write and practice, then only you will be able to write in the exam hall. Because many of the students, they just draw the diagram and write few equations and think that is done, I will get full marks. No, you have to explain the diagram, what you have to do, what you are doing. The steps also has to be explained briefly, so that teacher understand what you are writing, right? Because it is the way, the exam basically is the way to teacher, for the teachers to know that okay, you have studied properly, you have understood properly, then only you are going to get the full marks, right? Now let's look into the important concept from your NCERT chapters. If you want to study from NCERT, drift velocity, mobility, relaxation time obviously is there. Ohm's law and limitation is also there. Current and current density, that you have to study. Electric power, resistivity, these are the concepts that you have to study. In terms of applications, resistance of a conductor on which the factor resistance depends on. Kirchhoff's laws, super important. Energy stored in a capacitor. Now Kirchhoff's laws may not be asked as a direct question, but based on this questions can be asked, circuit based questions or MCQ questions. These are popular from Kirchhoff's laws. Energy stored in a sorry, this is not from this chapter, so you can scratch this off. Cells in series and parallel and Wheatstone bridge are the 5-marker derivation kind of question. Okay, now drift velocity, mobility and relaxation time, when you are studying the other derivation, that is the conductivity of a conductor in terms of drift velocity, that is also possible, right? So these are the all important concepts that you have to study from your NCERT textbook. Now if you don't want to open your NCERT textbook, you want to study from us, there is a way, completely free of cost. There is a batch going on. Let me explain with just give me a moment. So when you are watching any of our videos, just click on the YouTube link. Here you will see that more option. Click here, join free second PUC 2027 course now. Click here and you will be redirected to our Vedantu page. And here what you have to do, you have to go here, click on KCET 2027 buy now. As you can see, the price of this batch is 0. That is absolutely free of cost. Now once you click on buy now, you have to register yourself using your mobile number. If you have not registered yet, if you have already registered, just enter the mobile number, enter the OTP that you receive in the mobile number, and you can get the access of this batch. Now once you log in, you will get this option. Click here, and all the batches, all the classes that has been conducted in our YouTube will be available along with the Ved AI. So you can use the support of Ved AI over here. It is absolutely free. You can click on the physics and you will see all the chapters and lectures that has been done here. Okay, now you can see all the lectures that we have done in the order of the lectures that has been done, and you should follow this, and whatever we are doing here will be updated in this page only. Okay, and you can learn not only for your PUC, you will also be able to learn from your KCET exam as well, and we were soon going to add assignments as well. So you get free resources without paying anything. Just you need to join this batch, and once you join this batch, everything will be available for absolutely free of cost, right? The lectures, the notes, the tests, everything will be available, and obviously this is the way to learn, modern way of learning, right? Now let's go back to our discussion of the second chapter, that is moving charges and magnetism. Now moving charges and magnetism, some colleges are covering up to this magnetic field at a point due to the axis of a circular coil. So force between parallel current carrying wire may not be there. So just check how much they are actually being covered in your syllabus, right? Now Lorentz force, super important. This is not only important for your FA1, this is again important for all upcoming exam that you are going to write, right? Board exam, just a second. Board exam, as well as the midterm, and even if this chapter is not there in your FA1, this will be there in your midterm, so be prepared for that as well. Angular frequency, radius of revolution for a charged particle, application of Lorentz force, basically force on a current carrying wire, Biot-Savart's law, this is also super duper important, state and explain Biot-Savart's law, Ampere circuital law, galvanometer to ammeter to voltmeter. This conversion may not be there. Again, I am mentioning that this is the entire chapter. For some of you, you have entire chapter. For some of you, do not have entire chapter. So based on that, you have to delete some of the questions. Okay, delete some of the questions that is not there. Next, magnetic field at a point on the axis of a circular current loop. This is super duper important derivation. Again, for all upcoming exams, this is also important question. Force between two parallel current carrying wire, it is also important, but if it is not there in your syllabus, you can skip it for your FA1, right? Now what are all the topics that you must study from these chapters? This chapter, Lorentz force, motion on a charge in a magnetic field, Biot-Savart's law, galvanometer, ammeter and galvanometer conversion. Okay, application wise, solenoid, circular current loop as a magnetic dipole. Now what is the meaning of applications? Some of you may be wondering. Applications means there may not be direct question, what is a solenoid? That will not be asked. There may be a question which will be require the knowledge of solenoid to apply in the question itself. For example, magnetic field due to a solenoid at the center of a solenoid. That is called applications. Applications means exactly the concept, circular current loop as a magnetic dipole. Explain. That kind of questions will not come, but based on this concept, there might be some questions. Okay, so this is not direct. For example, Lorentz force. What is Lorentz force? Direct question. Okay, motion of a charged particle, derive the radius for a moving charge in a magnetic field. That is a direct question. But here the questions may not be direct. There you have to be basically the knowledge that you have gained from this studying this concept. That knowledge you have to apply to solve question. Derivations: magnetic field on the axis of a circular current loop, force between two parallel currents, torque on a rectangular current loop. Now this is the basically part of the galvanometer. Again, if it is there, you have to study. If it is not there, you can skip it. So these are all the important concepts from this chapter. And one very important request to all of you, that if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you feel this is helpful for your FA1 preparation. We will be back with all these solutions in coming Saturday. So if you want the solutions of all these questions, do join us on Saturday live. I will be there and I will be discussing all these questions along with a lot of MCQ practice, fill in the blanks practice, everything we will discuss. right? And till then, bye. See you in the Saturday's class.